That was it. The monster apocalypse had begun. There was a gorilla-sounding howl like "Roar!" and the whole bus suddenly shifted. I was thrown into dirt, and Quint was lifted out of the seat and spun into the aisle. The bus driver, a nice white-haired dude, was sobbing like a newborn. The bus became darker. Something was covering the windows, wrapping around the bus. A monster hand. The monster tilted the bus back, pointed toward the sky. We all pinballed, plummeting down the aisle, smashing against the seats, backpacks flying through the air. We came to a sudden, painful stop, and every kid on the bus piled up against the door in a big heap. Quint? I managed. I could barely breathe. Kids all over me, an armpit in my face, a foot on my head, an ear in my nose. Quint, what's happening? I'm not sure, Jack, Quint said. Quint always had the answer to everything. This time, he didn't. That almost scared me more than the monster. Almost. This monster's hulking paws squeezed the bus like it was an empty Pringles can, and the front door opened with a loud metal pop, dumping us out into the parking lot pavement. My face bounced off the cement, nose bleeding, blood drawn down into my lips and onto my tongue. I scrambled to my feet, pulling Quint with me, leading us away from the thick crowd and the screaming and the crying. This is my nightmare now. That was a nightmare then. I got my bearings and looked around, and total monster chaos. One single beautiful angelic face stood out in the mass of fleeing people. June Del Toro. I spotted a zombie tumbling toward her, coming up from behind. June! I screamed, my voice cracking as I strained to shout across the parking lot. Behind you! June turned, dodged the stumbling, falling zombie. It left it sprawled out on the ground and darted inside the school. We locked eyes. There's June. And then the door slammed shut. I said to myself that whatever happened, whatever came next, somehow I'd get back into the school and find June. Where to, Jack? Quint asked, snapping me out of it. Joe's Pizza? I think it's a 2-for-1 slices today. Jack, be serious. Well, I don't know. Monster zombie chaos is new to me. I guess we run? And we did. We sprinted away from the school bus and the giant monster and the hordes of zombies. We hopped the fence onto the soccer field and fled to the woods behind it. Quint, I said, catching my breath and pulling him behind a tree. We need to find some place to go, like the police station or something. Or like we need the G.I. Joe or the Avengers to show up. Or Iron Man. Something. Iron Man isn't real, Jack. Robert Downey Jr. is real, and I bet he could help. Jack. Sorry, you're right, I said. He's probably busy being famous and stuff. Quint groaned. My parents are on vacation. I have a babysitter. I'll go to my house, assess the situation. You run to your house. I nodded. Quint held up his walkie. We stay in touch on these at all times, he said. Deal. I was trying to stay calm. Be basic, cool Jack Sullivan. But my heart was pounding and it felt like my whole body was shaking. Talk to you soon, friend. You bet. When I got home, the car was gone and there were tire marks in the driveway. My family was gone. I climbed up into the treehouse. In my panic, I sort of collapsed onto the treehouse poker table and knocked the walkie off. The walkie bounced on the floor and out through the door. I lunged for it, but smash! The walkie broke. I stared at the walkie on the ground below. I needed to talk to Quint, but I'm embarrassed to admit I was too scared to go down there. Too freaked out, too overwhelmed, too everything. So I curled up on the floor. I pulled a jacket down over me. I put my earphones in to drown out the noises of the chaos outside. And I slept. I slept for days. It got worse. Zombies everywhere. Giant monsters on the horizon. I blacked out the treehouse windows and stayed put. There was an old AM/FM radio in the treehouse. For the first few days, news people tried to explain what was happening. I munched on Girl Scout cookies and potato chips while I listened to the radio guys say it was safer out west. But then again, on the fifth day, there was no more radio. So again, I just went back to sleep, just like I'm sleeping now. But when I finally worked up the courage to go out and do some exploring, it had been 9 days since the madness in the school parking lot. And in those 9 days, everything had collapsed. Kerch! A cracking, hissing sound wakes me up from my flashback nightmare. I blinked twice. Not sure what is happening. Not sure where I am. Again, kerch! What, huh? I say, sitting up, rubbing at my eyes. It's dawn. Sun is rising, blinding me. Again, kerch! I slowly shake off the morning confusion. I remember where I am, in the treehouse, 43 days after the monster apocalypse began. And that sound, that kerch, I realize, it's the walkie. I leap to my feet, almost. One leg is asleep, so I fall. I slam my knee on the floor, but I shake it off because I'm smooth like that. I half sprint, half flip through the treehouse, moving so fast I bang my head on the doorway. I practically dive for the walkie. Jack, come in. Are you there? Jack here. Jack on the mic. The voice on the other end of the walkie says, Jack, my friend, it's me. It's Quint. Quint, he's alive. But wait, a horrible, terrible, brain-poisoning thought enters my mind. Could it be a zombie trap? Instead, it's a trap. Could the zombies and monsters have started to talk? If they had, this would be the perfect ruse to lure me to my doom. So I said, Quint, old buddy, old pal, quick question. You're alive, right? You're not like undead, trying to trick me or anything, are you? I am very much alive, Jack. Phew. Wait. That's exactly what an undead Quint would say. You gotta play it cool. Okay. Quint, what's your favorite food? I asked. Brains. No. But then the walkie buzzes again, and Quint says, ha, just kidding, friend. Brussels sprout surprise. Phew. I'm so relieved my best only friend is alive that I don't bust his chops about the fact that he's 13 years old and his favorite food is Brussels sprout surprise. Dude, it really is you, I exclaimed. Indeed it is. Shall we meet? I have much to show you.